the world of media is changing. As we go into 2024, I've begun to realise that women's health and media have become more interjoined. This is probably because of what's happening in America and how women's rights are being stripped away from them. They no longer have control of their own bodies and their own actions. And because of this, media and health have become more connected, which is great. But unfortunately, men and women and the education system is failing, even in this country. We need to learn why people don't know and how they feel about learning about health if we want to improve it. And this case study and my interviews which I've conducted while at home with a variety of age groups will hopefully prove this as we strive to hopefully become more equality and understanding way when it comes to health. How much do you know about women's health?
Well, you'd hope being a woman I had decent knowledge, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But I'd say I know 80% of what goes on in my body. I understand it.
Why?
80%.
Why do you think you haven't been taught about it?
The education system's a bit shit when it comes to gendered sex education, isn't it?
It is, yes. Do you think men should learn about women's health?
Yes, without question.
Why?
I saw it on my phone yesterday when I was going through Instagram. In America, when men are creating reproductive laws and legislature, some of the comments they've made about pregnancy and what they think happens to a woman's body in pregnancy, and that stems from a massive lack of education, not just in America but in this country too. Boys just don't understand anything about a woman's body. You ask a boy what a period is, half of them won't be able to answer you.
Do you think it should be talked about more?
In terms of education, yes. Publicly, no. Women's health is the same as any other kind of topic when it comes to health. It's private, it's confidential. If she doesn't want to discuss it, she doesn't have to. So no, I don't think it should be in the public sphere discussed. I just think people need to be educated on it more. In terms of education, schools should do more. They have limits on what they can do because they are, institutions funded and provided with a curriculum by the government. Schools can't do a lot until they get, the government makes changes to the education system and the curriculum. But in terms of independent teachers who do take over sex education and health education themselves, they do also have a responsibility that putting a condom on a banana simply isn't good enough. You have to explain all of the science behind why you're teaching your child to put the condom on the banana. You need to teach them in depth what an STD is, and things like that. So schools can be doing more in terms of individual teachers can take the responsibility to encourage better education. But in terms of schools as a whole doing better, it all comes down to the government being better.
Yeah.
Like I said, all health problems are up to the independent person. Personally, I wouldn't call it a stigma or an enigma. Everyone understands that everyone has independent health problems and issues. I think in terms of discussing things that happen to every woman, periods, for example, pregnancy, stuff like that, yes, get rid of the stigma, because those are things even men need to understand. They need to understand what a woman's body goes through. But in terms of personal problems, like if you had an infection or something, no, men don't need to know that, we don't need to know that. In terms of things that happen to every single woman, that they should understand it. Because also, it's not just women. If they want a pet female dog, they're also going to need to know what a period is, because next thing you know, you've adopted your female puppy and she's bleeding everywhere.
Do you think men mansplain female issues to you?
Men mansplain everything. I don't want to say men have mansplained my own problems to me, but they've certainly tried to fix my problem for me by telling me what they think I should be doing with my body. I wouldn't say it's mansplaining. I never had to then be like, this is what a period is, because I'm like, honey, I know. But I think they try and engage in a conversation that they don't really understand that their engagement is unnecessary and often wrong. Unfortunately, some men do it from a point of, superiority, but most of them just do it because they want to be involved in the conversation. They want to look like they know and they care about the women in their lives. And unfortunately, they're uneducated, so they come off a bit thick.
Do you think social media should advertise more when it comes to period pads, creams and stuff like that?
I think the media needs to have a good hard look at itself when they advertise period products. Because every woman you ask about when they watch a tampon advert or a pad advert, they're saying that they're like, what fucking planet is this woman living on and what species is she from? Because no woman on her period can, well, some can and some do, but most women on their period don't want to be doing any of those activities. We don't want to be rollerblading, we don't want to be surfing or skateboarding. We want to be comfortable, most of the time alone, in a comfy outfit with some good food and some nice music, a good book, a fucking candle, you know, we just want to chill, relax because we are in pain. So yes, I think the media, see, that doesn't help men's understanding of periods if they think that we could do anything on them. Sometimes you can't. Some women physically cannot do anything on their period. Some women are literally confined to a bed because their back is cramping, their uterus is cramping, they're bleeding profusely, they've got iron deficiency. Some women literally are suffering when they're on their periods. So that doesn't help men's education. And if anything, the media is just perpetuating this fucking ridiculous nonsense that women are superheroes on their period. We're really not. We are the lowest we ever are on our periods. We're grumpy, hormonal, hungry, in pain, and very tired. If a woman wants to skateboard, she can, but doesn't mean most of us can. So yes, I think the media needs to have a good hard fucking look at itself when it starts advertising period products.
What do you know about women's health?
I don't know what women's health is.
Why not?
It's too general.
Okay. How much do you know about female health when it comes to reproductive rights and period and whatnot?
I know quite a lot about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I've got lots of women in my family. And I've got lots of friends who are girls.
Okay.
So they definitely let me know about it.
Do you find it awkward to talk about?
Not really, no. It's just part of life.
Do you find that women find it awkward to talk about?
Some, yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, because they're worried men will judge them.
Do you judge them?
No.
No? Very healthy of you. Well done. Okay. Do you find that media presents women's health when it comes to periods in an accurate way?
I don't really know how media presents periods.
Do you think they should, though? Do you think they should represent period problems and health problems in media? Like advertise what to do about it, how to find it, how to talk about it, how it helps?
Well, I think there's a problem at the moment with too many people judging women for being on their period or making jokes about it. So yeah, maybe the media should do something about it.
Great. Should it be talked about more? Health in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because lots of women around the world, especially, don't have the sort of help that lots of women in the UK have. So it should be talked about more and how they can deal with it.
Do you think schools should encourage talking about health to get rid of the stigma around it?
Well, yeah, because it's so stupid. Like in my primary school, they had girls in one class and then men in another class. So they were teaching PSHE to two different genders, which is like, it should all be together. They shouldn't talk to the girls about period stuff and then the boys about, I don't know, I can't even remember what they spoke to us about because it was so useless. But they should talk to us all about the same thing.
Yes.
You know? Men should know just as much as women.
That's a very healthy outlook on it, actually. Do you think that some of your gender mansplain women's issues to them when it comes to like their period problems and health?
I don't know what you mean.
So, like, when a woman's on the period, do you think men tend to like, oh, you're overreacting, it can't be that bad? Yeah. Do you think they do that?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Some find it funny as a joke. Some might mean it, but that's just a bit weird. But yeah, I know lots of people who do it as a joke, just laughing about it.
Do you partake in it? Honestly. Okay. Do you think it should be shown more accurately in media? So instead of women roller skating, it's women being in pain and can't move and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, because it's like roller skating, being able to deal with all of it. But
yeah.
A lot of the time, it's really bad.
Yeah. Do you find it accurate, those adverts?
Not really
From your experiences with women?
Yeah, lots of women that have like really bad periods that I know they're not going roller skating on their period days.
No, what are they doing?
Sitting there trying to watch TV, can't focus, sort of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, and what do you want to change when it comes to like women's health and health in general? Do you think it should be taught altogether, like changed at all?
Just make it more normal, and to make it more normal, you just got to talk about it more.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you think the government will allow that though?
Well, they've just got to do more stuff in school, you know. All of the PSHE, I feel like some of the teachers even find it a bit awkward talking about it. So they just need to upgrade the curriculum, for one thing, because the stuff we learn is like, it's like they're trying to teach us like we're primary school children, you know, like secondary school kids.
Yeah.
They know a lot more
Yeah.
than the curriculum thinks they do. So yeah, they need to make that a bit different.
Okay, thank you very much. How much do you know about women's health?
Enough, I think.
You think?
I hope.
Yeah. Why do you know?
Why do I know?
Yeah, how do you know? Were you taught it in school?
School mother, she's a woman, I'm fairly certain. So,
Okay, so that
learn
helps.
from that, I'd assume.
Yeah, okay. Do you find it awkward to talk about health problems when it comes to...
No, I find it fun.
Okay,
Honestly,
do you think women find it hard to talk
Oh,
about
definitely.
though? Why do you think
Yeah,
that is?
awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's talking about private business, about their own body.
Yeah, do you think it should be talked about more?
I mean, it's everyone's own personal preference, isn't it? It depends on whether they want to have it public or not, or whether they want to talk about it out loud.
Do you think the media presents these issues in the correct way? So-
Depends. Some do, some don't.
So
I'd say
period
majority
pain.
it's presented fairly well, but it could be better informed, especially to the younger years, because you don't really know a lot, and it's dependent on parents, and they don't tell their kids everything.
Do you think adverts should be more like informed and precise when it comes to like period pain and what women can do on periods?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that could help a lot actually, especially for younger kids, especially make it a bit more open and less shrouded. in
Should,
things.
should it be talked about in schools more?
I mean, they talk about it in schools quite a lot now.
But
Maybe
instead
not
of...
as much when I was. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but they are starting to catch up on it more now, aren't they? Really?
Do you think boys and girls should have PSHE classes together instead of being separated?
Yeah, I think that would make more sense. It would make less stigma. You
Yes.
know, less of a taboo.
Yes.
Yeah, when it comes to periods and all that, because it is a taboo. Unfortunately,
Why do you think it is a taboo to talk about?
it's awkward conversation. Women don't usually like to talk about it. It's
Do you think
It's not nice
men
to talk
tend
about it,
to mansplain?
I don't know if I'd say mansplain.
Do you think
I
they
think
kind of say they over dramatize when they're on their period or they're overreacting? It can't
I'd
be
say
that
a
bad.
lot of men can think that, yeah, because they'll say stupid stuff like getting kicked in the balls is worse, but it's dependent on every person. Some periods aren't the worst, some periods are fucking shit, so you have to take like medication and all that, and painkillers and water bottles, all that sort of stuff on the lower abdomen to help it calm down a bit, be more comfortable.
Do you think schools should do more for it?
I feel like they could. I feel like they could be more open about the support they can give. They're pretty good with support if you ask, but I don't think they present it enough that they are there to help, and they do offer a lot of services, especially at like school nurses and all that. Don't they?
Do you think the media should do more in terms of health problems in general, like getting rid of talking about embarrassing things until it's normal and so people don't feel too awkward?
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
Make it a lot easier to talk about rather than it being all awkward.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.